Okay. Thank you for bringing that up, John. Correct. Correct, Scott. Yep. All right. It's up to
Good morning, everyone. My name is Linda Lloyd. I'm one of the practitioners here at Centers for Spiritual Living, and welcome to our meditation portion of the service. And I would like to remind you to please silence your cell phones. And as we begin to settle in, we just allow ourselves to be fully present during this time. In preparing for this meditation this week, it reminded me of when I first came to meditation. I was in a very interesting state, is what I'll call it, in my life. And maybe some or most of you can relate. I needed peace. I had such madness in my mind. And so I sought out meditation. And one of the really wonderful things I found a Buddhist center. And I would go every Tuesday night and I would listen to the words as we move out of our minds and down into our hearts to the lotus cushion upon my heart. So I invite everyone to take a couple of nice, deep, unifying, cleansing breaths. Breathing in the love that's always surrounding you, guiding you, that love that is always available, taking it in consciously, and breathing out anything that you're ready to release or let go of. Anything unlike that love. And settling in. Just allowing yourself to feel the support of the chair underneath you. The support of this earth that is here billions of years before we got here, preparing itself for human existence. Feeling your feet on the floor and that support. That gravitational pull that keeps us here on the planet safely. Just allowing ourselves to relax into our chairs as we move out of our minds and down into our hearts. Settling in on that lotus cushion, if you will. And just allowing everything that came before this moment just to be on pause for the next few moments. Recognizing that meditation is not a doingness. I like to call it the great undoing. For we just allow ourselves to be for these next precious moments. Allowing the thoughts that may want to arise just to be. No worries. Just letting them float by like clouds in the sky. As we are seated on this lotus cushion in our hearts, coming back home. Home to peace, home to love. Moving our attentions down to our feet and just allowing a body scan on the way up. Just noticing all the sensations happening within the body, the feet, the ankles, the knees, the thighs, up the torso, the arms, up through the neck, through the face, perhaps allowing a smile to take place there. And just giving ourselves permission to just be naturally who we truly are. When all the worries and concerns are placed aside, finding that inner sanctuary, that place where peace resides, where love is always available. And just allowing ourselves to absorb that energy. To allow ourselves to be rebooted, refreshed. Just like our computers need to be cleared occasionally, we allow this time to clear our minds. Letting the energy go of anything that's no longer serving us. As we just rest in this peaceful place where love resides. Just allowing it to wash over us. Allowing our attention to just ride the rhythm of our breath. Just noticing how it comes and goes. Effortlessly. And continually. Not trying to alter it, just noticing. Just like waves coming and going. nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just relaxing and abiding in this peace that resides within. Feeling its refreshment in every atom, every molecule, every cell of our being. Continuing to remember any thoughts that may come up, just letting them drift by. Continuing to notice the quality of peace and love in the stillness. And now let us allow gratitude to well up in our hearts. Grateful for these precious moments we've given ourselves to be free from the hustle and bustle of our days. Perhaps bring your hand up to your heart, thanking yourself for allowing this time to reboot, to refresh, to remember. And so ever so slowly and gently, wiggling your toes, your fingers, perhaps giving your neck a twist. Allowing your awareness to come back to the seat beneath you. and those around you, our beloved brothers and sisters on this journey of this amazing life together. How good it is to come together in the stillness. So very grateful. Grateful, grateful, grateful. For each one here, each one listening online, and just knowing that this truly is another 5G day. And so we welcome it, we give thanks for it, and we just lean in, let go, and let God. Namaste. Service will begin shortly at 10:30. So you're welcome to go get yourself a cup of coffee in the foyer and be back here at 10:30 for celebration. Thank you.
Are we ready to start service? Or are we just having too much fun today and we're just going to keep socializing? And I mean, that's good too. Oh, it's loud in here. All right, everybody just keep talking. I'll just stand up here and look at all your beautiful light radiating, and I might have to get my sunglasses though. So, welcome to our Sunday celebration. Today is September 1st. If you can believe it, I can hardly believe it. But here we are, the year's just rolling along, and we're here to celebrate again another Sunday together and celebrating your spiritual magnificence. Ernest Holmes is the founder of our philosophy, and we recognize the truths found in all spiritual teachings, both contemporary and traditional. For more information about the Science of Mind philosophy, you can visit our information table in the back after service, or visit our website at cslcapecoral.org. So welcome, everyone. And with that, we want to welcome the wonderful, the magnificent Big Love Band. I'm excited to see what they have.
Sing with us. We're going to be a little preachy today. So Reverend Chris isn't going to be the only one saying he's feeling a little preachy. So right. Stand up with us.
Come on.
And get the blood flowing.
Yay.
Beautiful. Well, remain standing, everyone. And we're going to welcome something funny over there, I guess. I don't know. Laughter is good. It's medicine for the soul. Anyhow, we're going to welcome each other to the center. So We usually rub our hands together, get that energy, the chi flowing, and put them out towards each other and repeat the saying on the screen if you don't already know it. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. We know who you truly are. You are the spiritual image and likeness of God. We appreciate you, we love you, and we are thankful you are here. Welcome to the center. Woo! And a big thank you to Linda Lloyd, who is going to be holding our high watch today. She did a wonderful meditation this morning. I hope most of you were in here to enjoy it. If not, when you get the e-blast tomorrow, you can play it back and listen to it. It's wonderful. So Linda is holding the high watch. That means she is maintaining a high consciousness through meditation, holding everyone in service, anyone that's speaking, that's the Big Love Band, Reverend Chris, Malika, anyone participating in the service and all who are watching. She's holding a high conscious for the best and highest for everyone here. Thank you, Linda. And the upcoming beautification days are September 9th from 8 to 9 a.m. These are on Mondays. And September 28th, I'm not sure if that's a Monday or not, but it's a Saturday. The 28th is a Saturday, so that's from 8 to 10 a.m. And as you can see, we have a big property here, beautiful property, and it does take a lot of work and time to go and do weeding, etc. So we ask for your support in helping us maintain the property so that it looks nice and is attractive for all. And then once the weather gets nice, we do events outside sometimes, so we want to keep our outside looking great. And I just would encourage people to come out and help, especially on a Saturday if you're not working. And we have our new vision statement for our new minister that's on their way here. And so please join us in repeating this affirmation. Our new minister is a loving and kind, heart-centered, or dynamic and charismatic speaker who is steeped in the science of mind. As a visionary, they inspire the community, motivating us into action, doing so with joy, laughter, fun, and humor. And so it is. And for us to attract our new minister, we must become what we desire. And I meant to bring a quote that I love from Dr. Joe Dispenza that says, if you want to attract something, basically I'm paraphrasing, if you want to attract something, you have to become that you desire so that your mind is ready for that. So let's repeat this affirmation for our community. We are a loving and heart-centered community. We are dynamic and charismatic, steeped in the science of mind. We are all visionaries, inspired and motivated into action, doing so with joy, laughter, fun, and humor. And so it is. Wow. Yes, we are that. And this Tuesday, Patty Carney, I don't think she's here today, she does a Reiki session on Zoom. And the first time I heard about that, I was like, how could that work? It's remote, but it does work. So, you know, energy is energy, and it doesn't matter if you're in person or not. But she does have Reiki session on Zoom, so please join her September 3rd, 6:30 to 8:30. And we have the Grievers Circle. And Rita wanted me to let everybody know that you don't have to register on the website to join the circle. You just come in and join them. That'll be this Wednesday and the third Wednesday of the month from 10:15 to 11:45. And this Wednesday also in the evening, we have the International Association for Near-Death Experience, Inc., or whatever, but it's an NDE sharing group, and that is from 6:30 to 8:30. Same thing goes. You can just show up and join in. And Liz is sitting there, and if you have any questions, you don't have to have experience near death, but you know, if you're interested, show up and find out what it's all about. And peace be still. So I guess this is a cue for the Big Love Band's next song. Peace be still. And let's welcome the Big Love Band again.
All right. So this is a song Brian picked accidentally, and he'll probably deny it. But when Colette and I listen, it's a very powerful song. So raise your hand if you love the beach, but you're a little scared of the water. Okay. Especially if you're on a particular ocean. The waves are usually bigger, right? So feel free if you want to stand, or you can sit, but kind of take it in like you're standing in the sand on your bare feet, and you're looking at that water, and you're not sure what to do. Should I go in the water? Am I afraid of the waves? Am I afraid it's too deep? Is a stingray going to brush up against me? So this is a good song to visualize that for yourself as you listen to the words.
Wow. We are really being treated today with 2 new songs. This is beautiful. That song was gorgeous. Who brought that song in? Brian? That is so beautiful. That's so beautiful. Yeah, it's all Brian. It's all Brian. Yeah, yeah. I know he had a birthday a couple of weeks ago or something. Yeah, yeah. So, and talking about birthdays, today's September 1st, like I said already. So we are going to celebrate the September birthdays. I know we have some people in the house that has September birthdays. So I don't know where he went, but I know Nathaniel has a September birthday. Cassie, well, that's most important then. Kay, Roberta, who else? Anybody else? Oh, Janine, Gail. Oh, Gail. Okay, Roger's wife, Gail, if you guys know her. So, yeah, so you're going to have to bring her a piece of cake home then, Roger. No, she don't need it. Oh, she doesn't. She doesn't need it, or she doesn't eat it? She doesn't need it. Need it. Mmm. Ooh. She has me. She don't need cake. Oh, she already has. He's so sweet, she doesn't need any more sweetness in her life.
55 years worth.
55 years. There's very few people I know that have 55 years of marriage, and my oldest sister is one coming up this year. In December will be 56 years. So, yeah, it's a great accomplishment to be able to put up with somebody that long, isn't it? I know, it is for the best. It's wonderful to have loved ones in our life. And so at this time, the young people are excused. Oh, we forgot about the birthdays. We're just speeding along. I'm getting off track here today. So we're going to sing happy birthday to our loved ones here. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear loved ones. Happy birthday to you. We'll always celebrate our people here. And so the youth are excused to go, the youths can go to their classroom, and I don't know if they're going to be outside running around today or what. Anyhow, next, what's up next? Oh, meditation group Tuesday evenings at 6:30 with our wonderful Linda. You can tell how much Linda loves to meditate, and that's like her jam, I think. So please join Linda on Tuesday evenings. We already began. I need to fix that slide. So, yeah, from now on Tuesday, 6:30, $10 love offering is requested, but it's not mandatory. If you just want to show up and you don't have some money, show up anyway. And our spiritual living circle continues Wednesdays from noon to 1:30 p.m. in the lobby or outside if the weather's permitting. And no matter how you plan to vote, participate in collective consciousness intention, setting benefits for us all. And you can join that, you can text join to 470-784-0250. And I have to say, they are wonderful little messages that you get every morning. It just keeps us on track. You know, there's so much bombardment on our minds these days that it keeps us focused on what is true and what is real. So I say, yeah, do that. Text to join. And you are the light. Another song from the Big Love Band.
Okay, so who went into the ocean? Anybody? Maybe a couple people? Okay. Now you can feel bright in the ocean.
Pieces into peace.
my gosh, these guys are blowing me away today. And Cassie's voice, it just keeps getting better and better as far as I am concerned. So with that, we're going to welcome her mother, Malika Davey, to do our reading today. That is one of your best works ever. You got it.
Good morning, everyone. This is my favorite weekend, actually. Happy Labor's Day weekend. I was in labor all weekend. 30-some years ago. I won't give you her birthday, so you'll know how old I am. So, my name is Malika Davey. I am a licensed practitioner here. I'm also on a ministerial journey, and it looks like it's going to be ending sooner than later. Yay! I'm one of those people who have a challenge on exiting things. I don't know, some of you do or not. So I'm having real anxiety, like, oh my God, it's done, But looking forward to taking my capstone exam soon and all that good stuff. So thank you all for your support. And as you can see, the theme for the month is going to be on peace. And so I selected a reading for today from our Science of Mind magazine, or some Science of Mind textbook. This is what we use to read our study for the practitioners and so on. And it is on page 264. And it's a prayer. And sometimes we call it a treatment. Because this movement started because people wanted to study and people wanted healing. So you'll hear us talk about treatment a lot. That really means a prayer. A treatment for peace of mind. We can be in peace until we know that the Spirit is the only cause, medium, and effect in our lives. There is no other past, present, or future to it. Evil has no history and has never entered into being or the experience of reality. The mind must come to know that to realize all these truths, if it is to have real and lasting peace. A treatment such as this will be a great service to the mind with the trust of its being. Be still and know that I am God. I am the Christ, living God within me. I am the principle of peace within me. I am the manifestation of love within me. My mind is poised in peace and beauty. All sense of fear or doubt is gone. I rest in calm trust and rely on the law of spirit to bring good into my experience. I contend with none, argue with none, and am filled with wonderful peace and light. There is no uncertainty about my future and no fear as a result of my past. I live in an eternal now, which is filled with good alone. Goodness and beauty follow me. Peace and joy accompany me. Happiness and wholeness fill me entire being, fill my entire being with the realization of love and perspective. I am Christ. This inner mind of mine is now divine and complete. It has no worries and no fears. It is whole, complete, and satisfied. I look back over all previous experience and feel that it was very good, very, very good. I look at the present and find that it is also good and very good. God is all, over all, and through all. I am Christ. I am the spirit of confidence. I am poised in love and reason. I am perfect law of truth and complete presence of beauty. I am Christ. So it is on page 264. If you'd like to read it, you're welcome to go back to that. Peace of mind prayer. So before I take you into the prayer from the reading, I would like to offer you all to bring something that is, you have a discord or something going on in your life, or for someone that you would like to place it in the light. And we'll just take a minute to do that. I invite you to close your eyes and just bring that situation, condition, circumstance, whatever it is that you are here to uplift and up-level, and place it in the light. So it is time to remind ourselves to remember that loving presence of that spirit is in the house. It is here to support each being on their journey. Allow them to find their own peace. And that peace is within each one. That light is within each one. That love is within each one. That peace and beauty, joy, all that within each of us. And that is allowing us to live and love and experience life through each of us in a unique way. And we say yes to that. Yes to that life that is here to embody each one of us, to live that grand and glorious life. And that is the truth of each being. So as you walk on your journey, find that peace, find that joy and beauty and love and all that overflows in each one's life. So I take this moment to bless each one that is here in the sanctuary and watching online. And know that peace is always within the reach. And claim it. That is your birthright. And know that is yours to do. Peace. I say thank you for this life, for this journey, for each one. As we stand in this light, that we create the rippling effect that continues on and on and on and on and connects with others. So I am so grateful and grateful and grateful for this and so much more. I release my words with no attachment and know it is all good, it is all God, it is all perfect. So I would like to claim this by saying, and so it is. Now it is my great pleasure to introduce our Reverend Chris. Please put your hands together.
Grand Rising, everybody. So good to be back. It's been a week, and I have to say, it just blew by. I can't believe it's already here. Now I'll be flying out later today, and I'll be back in 3 weeks. I'm going to be here the last 2 weeks of September, just so everybody knows where we're at. But I won't see you on Zoom. You'll see me on Zoom next weekend. All right, I do want to start off just by saying Happy Labor Day. Really, it's the laborers that bring the food out of the fields into the processing places where it gets into the stores and where people sell it and where people build the buildings, the stores, all of that. It's really the laborers that keep this world spinning. So thank you to those that do. Okay, so this is going to be a fun month. Pieces into peace. Rising from pieces into peace. So I'm pretty confident in saying that everybody that's in this room, everybody that's watching online, at some point in the future, you're going to find yourself in that place where it feels like your life has fallen to pieces. I don't mean to be like a doomsayer or what, but we know it's part of life. So on that note, starting off really pretty heavy right off the bat, I did want to bring in this cartoon. It says, "Today I will live in the moment, unless the moment is unpleasant, in which case I will eat a cookie." And if I made the cartoon, it doesn't matter whether the moment's pleasant or unpleasant, I'm still opting for a cookie if that's an option. So, always put the cookie. Okay, so that idea, right? Life just includes pain. That's a Buddhist kind of tenet, is that pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional, which easier said than done, but definitely possible. And that's what I love about spirituality. I love about Centers for Spiritual Living, is because we take the spiritual ideas, we draw on something bigger than ourselves in order to make our lives more livable. And that's what we're talking about today. So I really love when spirituality gets pragmatic and practical, something that we can use and improve our life situations, improve the life situations of those around us. So yes, at some point, whether we make a poor choice and a poor decision that lands us in a spot where our life feels like it's in pieces, or maybe it's we're in the wrong place at the wrong time. Maybe it's when we're grieving the loss of a loved one. We're gonna find ourselves at times where we just don't know how to carry on. It feels like our life's falling into pieces, like the world's falling into pieces around us. Now, when we're in that spot, there's lots of things that we want. But what I'm trying to lead to here is there's one thing that I know in my case I want more than anything when I'm in that situation. So some of the things that we might want resolution for the situation. We might want justice. We might just want the grieving to end already, or whatever it is. We want all these different things. But what I think all those things point to in that moment when we're in the pieces is what I want is relief. I need relief. Now that relief tends to come from those things that we do. I want resolution, so I might take action to try to connect with where the situation fell apart with whoever was involved and try to create something there. I might go through, Elizabeth Kubler-Ross and the 5 stages of grief. I might process intentionally working through that. And all of those things I noticed in my life before I became intentional about this is that I would find the relief, but it was kind of over time of, as we take those steps, when we're ready, when we start to, move this direction, we start to find the relief in little pieces, But like for me, most of the time, like I never like have like a click when I'm like realize like, oh, I'm in relief now. It's kind of like a gradual thing. But what we're looking at today, from pieces into peace, is to create that relief a lot more quickly, even if it's just temporary, even if it's like a tiny moment in time. But to get into that place where we can find relief for right now. And the gift of that is if we can get ourselves into a state of relief, even if it's for 5 minutes, we've broken that momentum. We've disrupted that flow of our life being in pieces, and now we're going to be able to see a little more clearly. So those things that I want to do that will lead to relief, they become a little easier when my mind is clear and when I'm not activated in that moment. You know, the old saying like, don't type angry. You know, when something comes across your radar and your quick reaction is like, the nerve of that person, I'm just going to let them have it. Don't type angry. Take a minute. But if we can go and find that peace first, clarity comes. This is, to me, like this is one of the greatest gifts of this teaching. So, you know, that peace, it's within. Any given moment, this is one of the things I loved about Eckhart Tolle that he said, you know, you can find that peace within any time you want. It doesn't matter what's going on in your life. It could literally be in pieces and flames. But within you, if you can take a second and just ask yourself, like, in this present moment right now, can I be okay? And so what it takes is moving perfectly into this present moment. So yes, okay, there's fires burning over there. There's that other thing that I messed up. It's over there. I'm going to have to deal with it at some point. But for right now, in this very moment, can I just be still? Like right now, I'm not at risk. Right now, nothing can harm me. So right now, in this moment, I can be at peace. Again, it's one of those, it's easier said than done, especially when we're in that activated state. But there's something to it. Jesus, one of my favorite teachers, pointed us towards the idea that the kingdom of heaven is within. All spiritual teachers that I am aware of, they all direct us to go within. Heaven's not a place out there that we magically travel to when we make our transition. It's a state of mind. It's right here within us. And we can tap into that just by going quiet, however you like to do it. So I want to kind of create an image of what I do when I need to find that peace within. And I have my place. It's inside, it's within, and I'm going to describe it in a minute, but I'll also point out that my place might not work for you. And so as we kind of like open up into this a little bit, I invite you to open up your heart, open up your mind, and see like what speaks to you within. Because like when I describe my peace place, my wife's like, no, that sounds kind of scary. She does not like my peaceful place. And that's okay because we all have our own images. So my peaceful place, when I want to drop into that silence and that still and that calm, my body transforms in my mind. I can see myself crossing my legs. And I both simultaneously have my hands resting here, and I also simultaneously have them out here just kind of stabilizing me. As my legs are crossed and I'm floating, levitating above, it's a perfectly calm, flat water. I'm in a cave. It's a low ceiling cavern and it goes very far. And it's pitch black, but I can see. There's a little red glow. It's just so still in my mind. And I've gone there so many times that I can think it, and I'm there. that place works for me. Some people, might want like a nature scene, maybe in the grassy plains out in Wyoming where I come from. Or it could be sitting atop of a snowy mountain peak. Whatever it is, what speaks to you? That's like your home. That's something that's within you that nobody can ever take away. It's always there for you. You can decorate it however you want. But the more that you're able just to feel and be still in your place, you're tapping into that kingdom of heaven that is within. It's a vibration and it's a way of being. Now, one other thing that's really important is, so while I said everybody in this room, at some point you're going to find yourself in one of those moments. It's inevitable. And some of you might be in that moment now. And so if you haven't done work like this before, it's a good time to step into it and just experiment and kind of play with it. Just going within, it sounds like meditation. And a lot of times when people hear that word of meditation, they're like, oh, nope, I can't do that. I can't do that. I don't know how. My mind is too busy. This, while it can work with meditation, I want to call this just simply imagination. Imagination is one of our greatest gifts, one of our greatest tools. And so by finding that peace within, especially at the beginning, your imagination is what brings it alive. I often refer to this. There was one of my favorite books that kind of explained what my feeling or helped me hammer down or nail down what my definition of God is from the books by Neil Donald Walsh called Conversations with God. And he talked in there, so he's having a dialogue with God, and he asks a question, and then he writes God's answer. And it was, how do I know that your answers aren't just my imagination? And God said, why wouldn't I use your imagination? I would use every tool I can to communicate. That's what I believe our imagination is. It's that deeper part of ourselves that says, hey, maybe this, maybe it's this, until you find like, oh, I bet it is that. And so in that beginning, just knowing that there's that place of stillness within you, and then just being open to like, can I be in it? Whether it's your imagination or not, if it brings that sense of relief from that time of being in the pieces, who cares? If it works, who cares? Now, me, I'm a believer, so I'm convinced that's how Spirit works through us. And where I was leading up to all of that was, if you're in that place now, it's kind of like trial by fire to try the techniques. But if you're not in that place, I was talking with somebody earlier who they're like in a pretty good place in their life right now, and they're like, maybe that's why I'm not coming around as often, is because things are going pretty good. So a lot of times when the challenges come up, we're like, oh man, I got to do something, and that's when, people find Centers for Spiritual Living is when they need a little help. But then when things start to go good, then we kind of can forget. That's also the time to practice, to do these things. Making a point when things are good, to sit down and go find that peace within and go be within that peace. It makes it easier each time you do it. We're building those pathways in our head. It's just like if you're walking through that prairie and you go into the same place every day. You go one day and come back, and you might, trip on some weeds, but those pulled out. The next day, those weeds aren't there. The path is a little easier. It's the same thing in our minds. We have neural pathways, and the thoughts that we have create these roads where those thoughts flow easier and easier. The challenging habits that we have do the same thing. Maybe I would call it more of a rut than a path. But that's how our brain works. And so when we can find that peace and that calm in our moments that things are going well, I'm convinced that I have less moments that don't go well when I'm doing that regularly, because I know my mind is more clear. And so I'm going to make less mistakes. I'm going to make less poor choices. And at that same time, I'm building those pathways. So when something hits me and I don't know what to do, and I'm feeling like my life is falling into pieces, there I am in my cave. I can take a minute and just disrupt that energy in order to choose higher thoughts of what I want to be. Now, I kind of gave you a description of what my visual is. Not everybody sees visually. Ernest Holmes, I'm going to read a pretty long quote, and this is from a book called This Thing Called You, and there's a picture of Ernest Holmes on the screen for anybody that may not be able to see it. And he's standing I'm guessing those are California hills, and he was the founder of this philosophy. So he said, when you become confused, stop and listen to your inner calm. Turn from the confusion to that deeper something within and say, I am submerged in peace. I am surrounded by peace. I am immersed in peace. There is nothing but peace. Peace. Deep, calm, undisturbed. So maybe it's words that help you get to that place. Maybe it's a mantra. I love with the mala beads that are hanging up here. Just doing each bead, I am peace. I am peace. When we say something enough, it creates that vibration within us, and we begin to create that, and it begins to manifest. And then at some point, the more that we do this is why they call it spiritual practice, is because we do it over and over and over again. But we start to create that. We become that vibration, which so many modern day teachers, they're very big on this idea of vibration. You're holding a frequency. All of our cells going down to the subatomic particles, we're blinking in and out of existence all the time. That's our vibration. And if we're thinking thoughts of peace over and over, that shifts into our physiology. We feel peace in our bodies, we feel peace around us, and we're greater able to facilitate peace. We're able to, when we get into those moments that we might start to fall to pieces, to catch it and say, I've been here before. I know I'm going to get through this again. I'm going to find that peace now. And we all come to it in our own time and in our own way. But it is a powerful thing. And what I'm saying about these modern day teachers that talk about this vibration, I'm going to go back to another quote by, I believe Jesus said this. I'm not sure, but I know it's in the New Testament where it says, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and everything else shall be added to you. That vibration. When we can be in that vibration, we are instant manifestors. What we need is there for us. We don't lack in anything. What we want to see out there is what we are. And so that's what we're looking at all month long, is really being that peace that's within. Okay, so if anybody watched the teaser this week, I brought up a quote, and it is, it's going to be our spiritual principle for this week. It is, we believe the ultimate goal of life to be a complete freedom from all discord of every nature, and that this goal is sure to be attained by all. So what this means to me, that freedom from discord doesn't mean that the discord doesn't happen. It just means that we are not constrained by it or controlled by it. When we learn to recognize, this is what happens, this is life, and I'm in it, this has already happened, I can't change it, how can I be in harmony of it? So asking, what could the good be that can come out of this? And just even asking that, it shifts something within us. If I look back over my life at all those times when my life felt like I was in pieces, I can see something positive that came out of it. I can see where it provided specific growth for something that I needed later in life. I really can't look back and see anything and say there was no gain there. And so that freedom from discord just means it doesn't control us. And we're all sure to achieve that goal, even if it happens, maybe at our transition. Maybe it happens in another lifetime if that's what your belief system takes you to. But that's powerful. So our spiritual practice that I want to encourage us to lean into this week, it's just peaceful imagination. Just taking time and just sitting. Don't call it meditation unless you want to. It works well with meditation, and meditation works well with imagination, but just giving yourself time to just center in. Taking a breath and just imagining that place within you that is that spark of life that is infinite, and see where it takes you and see what it is able to shift in your mind. And then we do have a affirmation that I will read it once and then we can all read it together. It is, I easily tune into the peace at the center of my soul. So if you're in alignment with this, I invite you to join me as I say, I easily tune into the peace at the center of my soul. Maybe one more time with some heart. You had heart, but let's just feel it again. I easily tune into the peace at the center of my soul. That's the essence of what we are. And I wanted to finish with this idea, that we carry this with us. And this is from Thich Nhat Hanh. He says, every breath we take, every step we make can be filled with peace, joy, and serenity. And that's from a book he wrote in 1990 called Peace is Every Step. I had to look it up because if that's not a line from the Police and Sting, except that's every breath you take, every step you make. But I had no idea that Thich Nhat Hanh was a Sting fan, so I think that's pretty awesome. Can't go wrong with Sting.
Got that right.
So this is our gift to the world, is to get to take this peace that's within us, become familiar with it, become second nature with it, so we can be it when we need it. And we can cultivate it when we don't need it. And we can be there for others when they need it, and we can draw on others when we need it from them. And when we just recognize that we all have that thing within us at the core of our being, everything else will be added unto you. So that being said, let's take it within and just acknowledge that there is one infinite presence that is life with a capital L, that is that same life force that runs through each and every one of us here, each and every one of us listening, every one of us that's in our own place in the world doing our own thing today. There's only one consciousness, one mind that is operating in all aspects of life, and we each get to do that individually with free will. We each get to choose what we want to vibrate as, what we want to bring into the world, and what we want to be in the world. So today, I choose peace. I look to the center of my being, into that still, small voice place, and just acknowledge that there is that only one life, and that I am it, and so I offer thanks for being that. I offer thanks for every experience on this planet that I get to participate in. I give thanks for every unique individual out there that's interacting in my world to influence the experience I have, knowing that we are all working perfectly together in this melodrama of life, and that it is our growth and our expansion that leads us back to where we come from, to what we are, to what we are here, remembering that we are. Remembering as peace. So I affirm and avow that as we go throughout this week, our imaginations whisper to us. We can remember and direct ourselves to lean into that imagination. And we can bask and settle into that warmth, that comfort, that peace that resides within, making life more fuller and richer, knowing every experience is a gift. So may we all carry that peace in our hearts as we go forward throughout this week. May love with the capital L remind us God is love, love is God, and we are that. So in gratitude for each and every person on their own journey, gratitude for the law, the creative mechanism of the universe that takes our words and our thoughts and our actions and makes it manifest for one another. I say thank you for that. And I simply release these words into the ethers, knowing that it is a joy to behold as we unfold more and more peace upon this planet. And if you're in agreement with me, let's affirm that by saying, and so it is. So it is. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. One more time to announce our Volunteer of the Month, who's serving as we speak in High Watch, Linda. Thank you for doing so much for the center. If you've been here, you know, Linda does it all. So thank you very much for Linda. All right. And then this is also the time where we invite you into being able to support the center in the ways that you can. We like receiving time, talent, and treasure. And if you are able to give from your heart, we sincerely appreciate it, knowing that we are manifesting the new minister and enjoying our time together until that happens. So we make it very easy, lots of ways to give. My favorite's the text to support. The number is 239-320-3820. Just send a dollar amount to it, and it'll direct you through it and makes it pretty simple. Of course, you can pay at PayPal, CSL, capecoral.org, or the donate button on our websites. We have U.S. Postal Service. Mail is always good. And I should say my favorite way is our wonderful hostesses, greeters that will send baskets around. And you can also put prayer requests in that. That being said, we have an affirmation that we like to read that when we give, so that we know that we're giving from a place of heart, knowing that it multiplies. We say, today, I know the activity of divine abundance is at work in my life and the life of this center. I give and receive generously as I live in the flow of bountiful good. And so it is. Big Love Band.
Standing as one in the presence of the power, standing where others have stood. Gladly we offer the gifts of our abundance, knowing the source of our good. Standing as one in the presence of the power, standing where others have stood. Gladly we offer the gifts of our abundance, knowing the source of our good.
With a grateful heart, we say thank you to all who have supported us and continue to support us, and for this place being here. We give thanks to the abundance of the universe that is always flowing through us in greater and greater ways. So in gratitude for this all, and knowing that this is blessed, multiplied, and continues on, I say thank you, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we tried to do this last time I was in town, and Tropical Storm Debbie and soon to become Hurricane Debbie, was it Debbie? It was Debbie, right? Had other plans. So we will do this now. If we can invite Liz Burton, Roberta Marhefka, and Alicia Moeller up to the stage. So for people that aren't familiar, we have a membership, I don't know what the right word is, because I never want to ostracize anybody. Everybody here. If you come here and you call this your home, this is your home, and you are, by all definitions, a family member. But for voting purposes, we have a protocol, and these ladies have all done it. Requires a foundational level class, a science of mind class. You have to take at least one of the classes. You have to serve on a team, and you have to visibly, financially help support the center, and then you make a commitment that this is your home and that you'll be around for a while. And so then you get to vote. So I'm going to hand out name tags, absolutely. Okay, Alicia. And then you already have one because you're a greeter, so greeters get one as well. And then we have flowers. Members of the board, do you want to stand up, Melissa? I think, that's all that's here, right? Yeah. Everybody else is online, so members of the board. So we have flowers, and we just want to say welcome and thank you for being a part of Center for Spiritual Living Cape Coral. And so, if you're interested in becoming a voting member of the center, we'll do this at least every year, but we have classes coming up, and that would be like the starting point. So just talk to myself, any member of the board or leadership council, or any member that's got one of these can probably help direct you to. So that being said, thank you, and we appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. And then the other one is don't leave without a 1-minute miracle prayer. If there's something on your heart that you would like prayer for, either something you'd like to see differently or something that you would like to see more of, we'll have our practitioners up here who have trained many years to become a certified registered practitioner. Powerful, powerful works, so we invite you to take care of that. And questions, just see somebody at the back table who will be able to help any questions that you have about announcements. And other than that, thank you, everybody. I will be back here in 3 weeks. I'll be on Zoom next week, and we've got a treat. Reverend Emil Gobro is going to be here in the middle of September in person, so that'll be enjoyable. Happy Labor Day weekend, everybody. Thank you.
To be